Let's get started. I'll call on you in groups of two, and we'll start with Mark Weiser and Connor Riley.
Hey, Sedrick, how are you?
How you doing? I'm good. And you?
Pretty good, thank you. I want to ask you about kind of the run blocking from the last game. I know maybe they didn't give you the greatest numbers in the box, but, how much of that has been an emphasis, obviously to get more yards on the ground this week?
Definitely has been an emphasis for us just because honestly, we feel a little bit disrespected. We feel like, our whole identity of who we want to be as an offensive line is running the ball. So it's definitely something we're looking to fix going forward.
Hey, Sedrick, I wanted to ask you about Nolan Smith. How, in practice, how vocal is he? How loud is he in terms of getting on other guys and talking to them and even talking to you guys as well?
All I can say is Nolan is definitely one of the heartbeats of this team. He definitely helps keep things going in practice and, juicing guys up. And, every time we see him, before a team run, he's dapping us up, move us, get us better, things like that. So he definitely keeps things going to flow for guys, when we may not be feeling it that day, maybe at a long day at school or something like that. He definitely helps get guys going.
Let's go to, Anthony Dasher, followed by Chip Towers.
Hey, Cedric, good to see you today, man.
Same here.
You guys have been number one for a while now. I mean, I know you guys go to class, people patting you on the back, distractions, other teams, giving you their best shot. How have you guys learned to deal with everything that's, I'm going to say coming down on you, but a lot of things are out there right now about this team, and y'all seem to be handling everything, pretty well. How do y'all do that?
Every week, we're just looking to get better, honestly. Honestly, every week we're looking to improve. Every week we're looking to figure out ways that we can try and dominate. That's really just it, honestly. I know a lot of people may look at it as we have a target on our back and, people are trying to attack us. But honestly, we're just focused on trying to get better every week and making sure we're doing what we need to do to execute on all cylinders.
Sedrick, over the years, I've often heard it say that offensive line is the most difficult position to play early in one's career, and of the positions, center is the most difficult one to play. I know you're a redshirt freshman, not a true freshman, but can you validate that it's complicated and difficult? And how do you feel like you've done? How far would you say you've come since early in the year when you maybe didn't even expect to start to now where you are the undisputed starting center?
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying I always prepared to play. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest with you, when I was practicing in fall camp and things like that, I didn't know if I was going to play, but I definitely had the mindset of preparing as I was going to play. But honestly, it is a tough transition, early as an offensive line, honestly, because as an offensive lineman, everything that you do is technical. You can be as talented as you want to be, but it is really easy to get exposed if you're not technically sound. So I can say that's something that I struggle with coming early. But I do think I've made some strides, throughout the year, and I've made some things happen for myself where I've seen the level that I can play at consistently. Now it's just about, honing in on small little details and techniques so that I can be there all the time.
Let's go to Palmer Tomes, followed by Jake Rowe.
Sedrick, I noticed the cast on your hand. What's the situation there, and how is playing with that?
I'm not sure what Coach Smart has told you guys, so I won't really say too much on that. But I can say it's something that I'm still learning to do. I'm much better with it now than what I was when I first started. So it's nothing to worry about.
If I may follow up, how long have you been playing with it, if it's something that you've had to learn to play with?
Since about Auburn. Happened in the Auburn game.
Jake, you got anything?
No, Jake, I'm good. I'm good, Tim.
All right. Let's go to Ryan Curley, followed by Jake Jennings.
Hey, Sedrick. Jordan Davis gets a lot of the spotlight, and obviously the whole defensive line is really good. Can you just talk about how good and impactful Jalen Carter is?
Guy's a beast, man. One of the twitchiest guys I know. It's amazing how, a lot of the times, I guess we kind of call it dead fish, where it may not seem like a guy is, necessarily coming off the ball hard, and then all of a sudden, just with a flash, he's in the backfield. It's amazing. He's definitely one of the twitchiest guys, and he helps get us better just because of the high motor and the talent that he has. Honestly, it's a commodity for us, and it's something that we value.
No question on my end. Thank you, though.
All right, we have several minutes left. I'm just going to open it up to anybody that's got a question.
Sedrick, wanted to ask about your classmate and teammate, Broderick Jones. In terms of him getting his first start this past week, what message did you share with him since I know y'all came in the same signing class? How good of friends of y'all are off the field?
Me and Broderick are great friends. We spend a lot of time outside of football together, along with some other guys like Devin Whitlock, Darnell Washington. Those guys, we all kind of hang out together. But honestly, my message to Broderick was he was made for this, honestly. We do all of these reps in practice and we go against these great guys. What more can you ask for? Honestly, this is something that he's worked for, something that he's practiced, and I feel like we all believe in him. We all know that he can get the job done. So there's no worry on our end. We believe in him. I just wanted to make sure that he knew that there's no pressure. Just go out and play like you play in practice.
Sedrick, this is just the second game you guys have really played in what's going to be a packed out road environment. I understand Neyland's going to be packed, 102,000 or whatever it is. How much of a concern and how much preparation have you guys put into snapping the ball, amidst all that noise? And how do you feel like that went at Auburn?
Well, I feel like it went very well at Auburn. We didn't have any penalties. We didn't have anything of that nature. It's definitely been a big emphasis this week, just trying to make sure that we honed in and, executing that phase of the game. But it's not something that I would say we're necessarily worried about because we're doing so much preparation during the week to make sure that we can take care of it. So it's really nothing to, I guess, overreact about, just because when you go about handling it during the week and preparing for it well, it should take care of itself.
Hey, Sedrick, wanted to ask you about Jamari Sire. How much of an adjustment was it last week not having him out there? And then how has he looked in practice this week, obviously coming back from the foot injury?
It was not much of an adjustment, just for the simple fact of there have been some weeks where we've even rotated Broderick in or Jamari some just to get some reps and kind of see how he does. So it wasn't that big of an adjustment. I'm sorry, excuse me. It wasn't that big of an adjustment. Honestly, it was just more weird for us just seeing him on the sideline just because we know how hard he works and, wish the best for him. But he's been making some big strides this week. So just hopeful and, wishing to get him back, wishing him well.
Questions from anybody else? All right. If not, thanks for your time, Sedrick. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.